Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is RenetheReadero. This is my first ever pick a card reading. So today the topic is, what is your hero's journey? So a hero's journey in any story or movie is when the protagonist, the main character, embarks on a journey to improve himself or to solve a problem that he had. So in life, we are bound to have endless journey. There may be certain internal problems that we are struggling with, or some external issues that we are facing, and we embark on this journey. We don't really literally have to go somewhere else, but it's a journey where we encounter people who help us, who are allies, people who may not help us, we call them the opponent, and we also have like obstacles that we try to overcome to achieve our goal. Okay, so without further ado, I have three options here. So this is pile 1, and you can choose either the deck or the movie code. Okay, and this is, okay, is this in focus? Wait, let me try to focus this first. Okay, so this is, I want you flat on your back, helpless, tender, opened, with only me to help. And then I want you strong again. You're not going to die. You might wish you're going to die, but you're not going to. You need to settle down a little. So this is from Phantom Thread, and this is pile 1. And the deck I will be using for pile 1 is the Tarot of the Divine. And for pile 2 we have, let me focus this. Okay, in May's eye, I'm no different from a can of pineapple, said Cop 223, and this is from Chongqing Express. And the tarot deck we're using is Real Talk Tarot. Again, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. So this is it I read from Shawshank Redemption, and this is pile 3. And the tarot deck is Morgan Jia. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, so take as long as you want to choose a pile, and I'll see you in the pile. Hi pile 1. So you have chosen this quote by Elma from Phantom Thread. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna start off with an archetype and 2 tarot cards to see what is your journey about. Okay, and you got Scribed, preserving knowledge and information. And the 2 tarot cards that you have, it's Nine of Swords in reverse and the Star in reverse. Okay, so straight away, what I get from this, sorry, let me drink some water. Okay, straight away, what I get from this pile is that this is my creative pulse. Okay, so even if you're not a creative, you may be wanting to start on a creative project. Okay, you may not do it for a living, but this is a project that you have been wanting to embark on. It could be writing, it can be art, anything related to any creative work. However, there is this goal, or even like a completion of this project that you have been trying to achieve, but there's a lot of like obstacles, there have been a lot of delays, and you feel very disappointed, and you're becoming rather like impatient and frustrated as to when is this creative project going to be complete. It's just a dream that I'm never going to achieve. It's like looking at the star and thinking like this star is like so far away from me, and you have been praying, hoping that your dream will come true, but somehow it just seems very distant, and you're becoming very, very impatient, very frustrated, and you feel like you don't know whether you should even continue this journey or not. Okay, and that's why you are embarking on your own journey, your hero's journey. Okay, so now let's move on to who is your ally in this hero journey. So an ally are people who help you to be more aligned or to help you achieve your goal in this journey. Okay, and we have the athlete. The dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Okay, so I've always enjoyed watching sports events like the Olympics or the Paralympics. I always enjoy watching these sports events because watching people compete somehow give me motivation. Okay, because there's only 3 places in the podium, and in every sporting event there can be only one champion, and yet all of them, every participants who take part in that competition, all put in so much effort, so much time, and all of them really wants to be the champion. All of them really wants to win a competition, yet the podium only have one space for one person to be the champion. And to see people not being able to get onto the podium, competition after competition, sometimes I just wonder, like, where do they get that willpower? Where do they get that strength of spirit to continue to persist even though they do not get the reward, the result that they wanted? Okay, so maybe you can find some inspiration, find some motivation in an athlete. Okay, and we have the 4 cups in reverse. Okay, so 4 cups in reverse are people who just like, they stop thinking about what to do, they stop dwelling on their thoughts, and they just go for it. It's all about the motivations, working hard to pursue it. And okay, this story is quite interesting. Okay, so it's about this emperor. He was so amazed by this gold vase, or this vase of cups, that he ignored the live bird here. Okay, he didn't realize that he was so fascinated by things like glitters, superficial products, that he ignores what really matters, which is this live bird who has magical power. So this story was quite interesting. So likewise, it's like sometimes we are so obsessed with the goal, with the medal, that we forget what really matters, which is why we are even an athlete in the first place, why we even pursue this creative project, this creative hobby, this creative job in the first place. Okay, and now let's move on to who is your opponent. Okay, and you get the warrior. Okay, so strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Okay, so for your case, I have a feeling that the warrior doesn't really represent a person, but more about a certain attribute in you that you have lacked to develop. Okay, because in your journey, what you really lack are the attributes that a warrior have. Okay, which are skills, which are strength and discipline and toughness of will. So currently, right now, you may feel rather dejected because you're not attaining the goal that you have been trying to achieve. So the attributes that you have to cultivate are really to develop strength and discipline and toughness of will, even when you're not seeing the results. Okay, and we have here the 6 of Wands. Okay, so the 6 of Wands are all about victories, and the society that we live in. Okay, let me put it here so that you can see it. Okay, the society that we are currently living in put a lot of emphasis on results, on victories. Creative pursuit are often not encouraged because society will tell you what are the chances that you will succeed. And hence they encourage you to walk on a more comfortable path, or a path that most people would have chosen, instead of choosing the less chosen path, because they are weighing the outcome than the journey itself. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to my throat. Okay, but the reason why I believe that all of us even pursue, even becoming a tarot reader, or even taking on any creative hobby, it's not because that we really believe that it will give us fame, it will give us money, we will be victorious, but it's that somewhere along this journey we feel that it's our calling, that it's something that I have to do for me, not for anyone else, but for me. This is what I feel like I'm here on earth to do. It has nothing to do with the money, it has nothing to do with medals. It's all about the fulfillment along the journey and not necessarily the outcome. Okay, so I feel that what this pal has to learn to understand is not to be so obsessed with the outcome and the end results. Okay, now let's move on to some of the obstacles that you will face in this journey. And we have the social media. Okay, so this picture it's kind of related to the Six of Wands just now. So all of us have social media, and all of us spend quite a certain amount of time on social media, and on social media we are flooded with people who looks good and seems to be having the best of their times. They are going out partying, or they are buying this, buying that, and it just creates this sense of comparison, and you start to wonder, why is my life like this? Why am I not attaining the things that they are attaining? And you start to feel very inferior. You start to feel that you lack something in your life. But do you really? Because often on social media, the life that we are showcasing is just the positive side. We are not showcasing the negative sides. And yet, just by showcasing only the positive side and not talking about the negative side, people think that, oh, that's what's life all about. It's about having fun. Like, there are certain people who never feel pain in their life, who never have to overcome failure, but that is not true. Okay, so this is one of the obstacles that you will face in your journey. Okay, but in every obstacles there is some kind of lesson that we can learn. And with this Queen of Coins, I feel that there is actually someone on social media whom you can be inspired by. Okay, so this person seems to be multitasking her domestic life and her career extremely well, and she's abundant, nurturing, kind, warm. She seems to have it all. Okay, so rather than letting her life make you feel inadequate, you can aspire to be someone like her. You can learn from her how she managed her time, how she overcomes her failure, and how she just never let any obstacles put her down. Okay, so this is how you can turn these obstacles of social media into a learning journey for you. Okay, and then the next obstacles you have here is this person. So right now you feel a bit stuck. You're just like this person sitting on this chair and then dwelling on grief. Look at this endless circle. The thing about grief is that the moment we dwell on it, it fits, and then it starts to grow into this endless circle here. Okay, sorry, I need to change my battery. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So as I was saying, that for all my creative out there, you may be suffering from some kind of creative block, and you don't know how to come out of it. Okay, however, know that victory is near you. So long as you focus, persist, and don't give up, you will succeed. You have the chariot. Okay, success is so near you. Sometimes we give up not knowing that success is just one step ahead. Okay, so hang in there, my dear creative. Okay, and the affirmation card you have is, I know that nothing can get in the way of what is meant for me. I am on the right path. Okay, so my dear Power 1, you are on the right path. Keep moving forward, okay? Don't let the current obstacle, current block stop you from achieving what you're meant to do. Victory is near you. Okay, and the lesson in this journey is really ease. Today, I allow life to be easy. Okay, and I feel that what this card really talks about is really to surrender to the divine timing. Instead of trying to control the timing where you achieve your goals, trying to control the outcome, you just let go. It's just like how when we sit on the swing, we are just trying to enjoy the wind, that moment of letting go. And you just feel the ease, the freedom that comes along with it. Okay, and I think it's kind of interesting how you choose the Phantom Thread. So if you have watched the movie, the protagonist is also a creative. He makes clothes, but he struggles with control. He always wants to be in control, doing things his way, which makes his relationship with his muse Elma suffer. And the lesson that he had to learn is really to just let go. And this is why in this quote, Elma wants him to settle down just a little. Have ease and surrender to the divine timing. Know that you are on the right path and everything will turn out well when the time is right. Okay, and that's all I have for you, Pal 1, and I hope it helps, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi, Pal 2, so you have chosen this quote. Okay, and let's start your reading. Okay, so for your archetype, you have the mentor, which is passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. And the two tarot cards you have are Temperance in reversed and Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this cards represents the journey, that the situation that you're in, and why you have to embark on a journey to change or a journey of growth. Okay, so from what I get from these cards is that you may be on a spotlight, or you may be in a leadership position where you're supposed to guide other people, or that you are being seen by other people, and as a result you feel rather pressured to be this supposed to be role model. Okay, and just like this Six of Cups, Six of Wands, as you can see this singer that he's performing in front of an audience, in front of a public, you're scared of the spotlight, that people are watching you. You're scared of making mistakes and that people may laugh at you. And since now you're in this position, in this spotlight, you're supposed to be prim and proper, know whatever things to say or whatever actions to do. Okay, and even this Temperance, she looks like she's getting ready to pose for the paparazzi outside her house. Okay, and you're getting very scared. I feel a lot of fear from this pile. And even in this quote, there's in May's eyes, you feel that there's a lot of eyes watching you. And you just, as a result, there's a lot of this added responsibility, this added limelight, make you more conscious of your actions, of your behavior, or things that you say. Okay, and now we'll move on to the ally. I keep on pronouncing ally as ally. I'm so sorry for that. And okay, so for this deck, there are some blank archetype that I still shuffled in. And don't panic. It doesn't mean that you do not have any ally, or did I say ally or ally? Oh yeah, ally, correct. Okay, it just means that currently you may feel that the world is against you. You may feel that you do not have any allies at all. Okay, that everyone are your opponent, everyone are working against you, but that is not true. Okay, it's just your own perspective, your own thoughts that box you in. Okay, and since you got the blank card, you actually got two tarot cards that came off at the same time, and they are the King of Pentacles. I like how the King of Pentacles is being depicted in this deck. It's literally the person you see on screen. Okay, people who appear on interviews on BBC or CNN. Okay, they are being interviewed, and also how did you achieve your success. Okay, so you may look up to them as inspiration. I'm sure if you Google Jack Ma or like some other successful people, they really overcome obstacles in their life. Okay, and you may feel inspired by these people. Okay, and okay, you have the Five of Swords, and I feel like the Five of Swords really talk about your energy, which explains why you have this blank archetype. You feel that everyone is attacking you, everyone is against you. Okay, you're like this girl here holding your both of your hands up. You feel like everyone is throwing the daggers at you, watching you, your each and every single move, and the moment you make one wrong mistake, everyone is going to like throw the daggers at you. But this is not true, okay? It's just all in your minds, in your fears. Okay, and your opponent is the Alchemist, which is transformation of base motive and goals into golden wisdom. Okay, so what I get from this card is that your main opponent is really your motive, your own motive, and how you translate your thoughts into actions. Currently, there's a lot of fear within you, and because of this fear, you hesitate to translate it, transform it into actions, transform it into golden wisdom. How wisdom even came about is people, they try, they make mistakes, and they learn from it. Wisdom is not about the moment they start, they manage to solve their problem, or they manage to find a cure to whatever problem they're facing. That it takes a lot of trials and errors. Okay, and you have here the Four of Swords. Okay, so I feel that you really need a lot of rest. You need to rest your mind from overthinking. You may be rather stressed and rather like burnout by all this added responsibility or the limelight that you're in. Really just take a break, have some time to yourself. Okay, and now we're moving on to the obstacles in your life. Okay, and these two cards are actually related. Okay, so here you can see here there's this man flying a kite and there's animals. Okay, so animals are supposed to represent our primal instincts and urges. Okay, so and this card is about self-expression. Okay, and what I get from these two cards is that you are really afraid to express yourself and fear that you may make a mistake and people will laugh at you. You are holding yourself back. Okay, you're like this person holding on this kite. You're not letting the kite be free, letting it fly and wherever the wind carry it. You're holding yourself back. You're afraid to express yourself. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and then you have the Three of Swords in reverse. So I feel for Power 2, you may have a trauma or a grief revolving your self-expression. Maybe there was an incident in your past where you try to speak up, or someone just make fun of you, and there is just this trauma in your heart that you have to overcome, that is stopping you from being the best version of yourself, from shining in this new position that you are in. And next you have the Sun. This card is just the happy card in the whole of entire tarot. Find things that make you happy. Do things that make you laugh, smile, just have fun. Go out there and have fun. What's stopping you from having fun? Okay, at the end of the day, people may laugh at us, people may criticize our decisions, but they are not the one living our life. We are the one who is not only the director, but we are the writer and we're the actor of our own life. Okay, so don't let people stop you from being the main character of your life. Go out there, have fun. Okay, be it swimming, be it like smelling the flowers. Do whatever brings your heart, brightens your heart, or do whatever that makes you smile. Okay, and the affirmation message I have for you here is, I know that my journey will have highs and lows. I'm aiming for progress. Okay, do not aim to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect journey. Okay, our journey, no matter which books, no matter which movie you've watched, all journeys revolve some kind of obstacles. And all these obstacles are just for us to learn something. It's about the progress here, to become a better self and not to be the perfect self. There's no such thing as perfection. Okay, so don't be scared how to. Don't chase after perfection. Okay, and the lesson for this journey that you embarking on is growth. It's really about growing. And look at this image, how this tree have really grown out of this tree house. Okay, and there's a message at the back here, which is, evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I really feel that for Paul too, the whole entire journey is really just for you to become comfortable with yourself, with the way you express yourself, not caring about what other people think, and really grow into that tree that you're meant to be. Why be this plant in this tree house here when you're supposed to be such a huge tree? Don't trap yourself in this environment within your fear. You're supposed to grow and blossom, Pao too. Step out of your comfort zone. Do not let your fear stop you from blossoming. Grow, progress, and do not be afraid to fail. Okay, and that's all the message I have for you, Pao 2. I hope it helps you, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi, Pao 3. So you have chosen this quote from Shawshank Redemption. So let's take a look at your cards. Okay, so these 3 cards represents your archetype and why you have to embark on this journey. Okay, or what is this journey all about? And you have the Damson. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspire you to rely on yourself. Okay, and the 2 tarot cards you have is the 10 of Pentacles and the Lovers. Okay, it's really interesting how you chose this movie, which is Shawshank Redemptions, and among all the options, this is the only one that does not have any romance in it, and yet your pole is the relationship pole. So this journey concerns relationship. In the journey to understand yourself, you will gain a whole new perspective on how to have a better relationship with other people, be it in romance or with your family. Okay, and now we'll be moving on to your allies. Okay, and you have Rebel. Challenge authority to effect social change. Reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Okay, if I place it here. Okay, and you have the Page of Swords. Okay, and your opponent is the Advocate. Inspire you to put compassion into action. Let me put it here. Okay, and you have the Page of Rods, with it is the Page of Wands. Okay, it's really interesting because you will think that the Rebel will be your opponent, since it challenges authority, while the Advocate will be your allies, and even the tarot card seems to be in a different position than one would expect. So what I'm really getting here is that your journey will really put you outside society expectation of you. Okay, so it depends on which stage of life you are at, be it forming a romantic relationship or starting a family, or even getting married, or even like having a partner in the very first place. So your opponent is the advocate. So I feel that this represents society. Society will advocate that, okay, we should find a partner, and when you reach a certain age, that's when you get married. And when you get married, if you're a woman, you're supposed to have a baby. It's like there is a plan that society wants us to follow. Okay, and that's why you get the Page of Wands, which is like to them, this is the adventure of like everyone will enjoy and will find it fulfilling to have a companion, to have a family. Okay, but then the ally is a rebel. It's not asking you to not follow this path, it's asking you to question that. Do I really need someone to make me feel happy? Can't I just feel happy on my own? Do I really need to get married? Or do I even need to get married to someone of the opposite gender? And then even if I get married, do I really need to have a kid? Okay, and the society will see this rebel as this Page of Swords in reverse. People with very dangerous ideas. And in my own humble opinion, I just feel that the reason why society needs women to give birth is so that the human population will not go extinct. I mean, imagine if all of us, all the women decide not to give birth. I think the earth will recover. But we are already facing aging population, but if let's say all the women decided not to give birth, then there will be no babies, there will be no new life. And as a result, what will happen to the human population? But the rebel here is really asking you to question, like, do we all really need to follow that path? I mean, what's the purpose of that path? Does it really serve my inner needs? Okay, and now we'll be looking at the obstacles in this journey. And you have this, it seems like a gathering, a dinner gathering, or like with your family or friends. Okay, and after that we have a woman carrying a baby. This is really the family relationship pile. And for it to come out as your obstacles, it really represents that you really face societal pressure on you. Okay, for my own experience, I'm at the age where all my friends are getting married, and when I go to like gatherings with my friends, the conversation will be about, okay, the new houses, when are they going to have a baby. And to be very honest, I do feel pressured. Like when you look at all of your friends getting married and I'm like still single, and you start to wonder, is there something wrong with me? Like, why am I the only one that is different? And this is when gatherings become a pressure, become an obstacle, that you start to self-doubt yourself. I'm so happy with being myself. I mean, I'm single, but I'm not alone. But when I'm with other people, I actually feel alone because I cannot join in with their conversation because I don't have I'm not buying a house, I'm not having a baby. And for some of you, you may feel the pressure to have a child, okay? And some of you may not even want to have a child. It really depends on the individual. The thing is, having a child is having a child is a choice. It's not something that's compulsory just because we are women, we have a womb. It is our so-called like birthright to give birth. Okay, this is just my own opinion, but it's a choice, and I feel that we all have our own willpower to decide. In the tarot cards you have the Six of Pentacles in reversed and the Four of Wands in reversed. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is all about being generous, and I feel that in this position where it comes out as your tools to overcome these obstacles, you may have to stop being so generous with your time and energy. Make better choices with who you want to hang out with, who you want to spend your time with. If sometimes unfortunately we would just really outgrow people in our life. Okay, you may know them for a very long time, they may be even your family member, but if you feel that what they are saying is are no longer aligning with the journey that you want to take, you may not want to spend that much time with them anymore. Be less generous when it comes to who you give your time and energy to. Okay, and with this Four of Wands, it's all about community. And here is in reverse, that create your own happy family. Create your own happy home. Define with your own words, not with society's expectation, not by what your family or friends say, but by your own term, what is considered a happy home to you. Define it by your own terms and go create this happy home or happy family that you want to have. And the affirmation cards I have for you is, I know I can manifest all that my heart desires. I'm ready to receive. Whatever it is that you want to create, go and work for it. The universe will align to help you manifest your desires. And in every journey we have a lesson to be learned, and the lesson for you is possibility. Life is full of possibilities, more than what the society advocates to us. Okay, focus your energy on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenarios, you get to enjoy and experience twice. To me, this card is just all about that. There's more than one path for you, Pile Tree. Okay, you don't always have to follow that path that society tells you to go, your family tells you to go, your friends tell you to go. Go the path that you want to go. Okay, so I hope that this reading helps you, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.